channel. Today I am going to try something that I've never made before, but first I want to address that yes, I have moved house, hence I'm filming in my bedroom. This is something I would never normally do, but it's the only place in the house that is somewhat put together. Over there is all boxes, over here is just a mess of clothes. It is January, and so I've been thinking about Valentine's Day because it's coming up quite quickly. There's only about 3 or 4 weeks now. I don't really know what date it is because moving has just mushed my brain, but I think it's about 3 weeks until Valentine's Day. So I'm thinking of making something for Valentine's Day, and I've been going backwards and forwards on what I wanted to make. Is the camera shaking? Or is that... No, it's shaking. I can never just do anything, can I? There's always something going on. So as I was saying, I was umming and ahhing about what I wanted to make. Initially, I wanted to make like a vest top or a jumper in pinks, reds and white. But then I remembered I don't want to make a jumper. They take too long and I just don't have the brain width to even think about making a jumper right now. So then I was like, maybe I could make a scarf, because I changed all the granny squares from the original balaclava that I made in my Christmas video. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. The original one, I took it apart and I turned the granny squares into a scarf. So I thought about maybe making a granny square scarf, but then I thought, boring. And also mid-February, it might not... I live in Cumbria, so it probably will be, but it might not be cold enough to wear a scarf anymore come mid-February. So I might save that idea. I did have a plan in my head for what it would look like, but I might save that idea maybe for Christmas time. So then I went on the hunt for a vest top, and I looked at so many patterns for a vest top and I just didn't vibe with any of them. I think part of my issue is that I don't usually wear pink. I know I've got a pink jumper on today, don't at me, but I don't usually wear pink. So I think when I was finding all these like really girly vest tops, that I just wasn't vibing with any of them. I've been really struggling, to be honest, because I just didn't like anything that I was finding, and I'm sure there's lots of lovely patterns out there. There were some really nice ones that I was like, I don't have the skills to be making this. So I decided I wanted to make my own, but then I don't really have the pattern making skills yet to make a vest top like the shape that I would want. So I thought, what can I make? I can make granny squares. So we're back on the granny square train, and I think I'm going to make a granny square vest. I found this picture on Pinterest of something that I'm going to sort of emulate, just sort of like layout wise and shape wise. I've got this vision of having pink, white and red vest and like layering it over a top of like a white shirt. I think that'd be quite cute. I think it would be a bit more me because I like quite oversized clothes, so wearing a big shirt underneath with the vest on top I think might be a bit more me. And the more I thought about how I want it to look, the more I've come round to the idea of actually I might actually wear this. Equally, if I make it and I hate it, then check out my Etsy because it will be going on Etsy. So I went to Hobbycraft and I picked up some wool. I would normally just have a look in my stash and get the colours out of my stash, because I do think that I have a pink, a white and a red. I definitely have pink and white, but I can't find the red anywhere, and I know that I have it because I bought it at Christmas. But my wool is just like everywhere at the minute. It's in boxes, it's in bags, and I'm going to sort it out, obviously. And there will be a video coming soon of me sorting out my craft room. I'm really excited about sorting it out, but it's like bottom of the agenda for organising at the minute. So I did go to Hobbycraft and I did just grab the wool that I'm going to need. So I went for the Women's Institute. This is just my favourite wool from Hobbycraft. I really like it. I like the thickness of it. I like that it doesn't separate, and I like how it washes, and I like how it steams and etc. It's just a really nice wool to work with. So I picked up the white and the pink, and they didn't have red. So I've pivoted to add a dark pink. This is where my issue is. So because I'm not really a pink person, I am not too keen on this colour. So for the original vision, I was going to make like granny squares that were like multiple colours. So maybe like 2 this colour, some this colour, some this one, and sort of like do like a checkerboard similar to what the original picture is like, and just only using 3 colours. That was my original plan. But when I couldn't find red, I think that would have looked really cute with red. But when I couldn't find it, I was like, no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a checkerboard pattern, still with granny squares, but with solid granny squares with the light pink and the white. And then I'm going to do the collar sleeves, like, what would you call that? It's not really a sleeve, like the edging on the sleeve. The collar, the sleeve edge thing, and the bottom of it in this. And then I'm also, because it's Valentine's Day, I'm also going to do just a couple of granny squares that have a heart in this colour, just to tie in the like collar with the granny squares. So it's going to be, I can see it in my head, I don't know if I'm describing it very well. It's going to be checkerboard, these colours, and then a couple of granny squares with hearts on, and then this on the collar. I think that these are cute together. This has thrown me off. I think if it was pink and red, I would have been more likely to wear it. But I'm going to make it anyways because I might surprise myself and I might really like it, and I really want to make this project. I'm actually going to a craft cafe today with 3 of my friends. They aren't crocheters, so I won't film any of it because I don't want to like embarrass them, but I'm going to take this with me and make a start on some granny squares. And then tomorrow I'm actually meeting up with some friends who are crocheters. We're going to a cafe to just chat and crochet. So yeah, that's the plan. These are the colours. I'm just going to jump straight in. I'm just going to wing it. What could possibly go wrong? Sorry, I think the lighting's a bit weird, but I'm still trying to figure out where I can actually film in my house. This is very boring, but... So I went to the craft cafe with my friends and we didn't actually do that much crafting because we were catching up. We've not actually all been together for a long time. Yeah, we were just catching up, and then right at the end I pulled out my crocheting just so I could, you know, do it while we were talking. All I got done was 2 granny squares. I'm just doing solid granny squares. These are obviously the pink ones. I've done 2 of those, and then when I got home I did a heart one. The heart granny square, I found a tutorial on YouTube. I'll link it below. I don't want to like show you how I made it because that's taking content from her. I'll link it below so you can follow it along, and the only difference that I made was on the last round I did 3 doubles, then my corner gap, and then 3 doubles, just so that I had 15 stitches along the edge to match up with my 15 stitches on my solid ones. And I also only did 1 chain in the corners just because that's what I've been doing for this one. I don't think it makes much of a difference because this has obviously 6 stitches in it, so it's quite big. This one only has 4, so it's not as big, but I just want it to be kind of, I don't know, in my head it made sense. I don't know if it actually makes much of a difference. So that's where I'm at. I've got 2 pink and 1 heart made. I'm a little bit worried that I didn't buy enough yarn. I think I'll definitely have enough of the pink. Cut to me not having enough of the pink. But I worked out that I need 8 solid ones, 8 baby pink, 8 white. I haven't decided if I'm just going to do like 1 heart or like maybe 1 here and 1 like lower where you can't see because the camera's cutting off, but like at the bottom. I haven't decided, but either way I'm gonna need the colours to do the edge of the heart one. That's an update for day 1. I'm going tomorrow to meet my crochet friends, so I'll make a couple more granny squares there. I'll probably get more done there because we are actually going to crochet. I think I'm gonna get this done for Valentine's Day, you know. I'm being optimistic. I think I'm gonna get this done and video edited in time for Valentine's Day, but yeah, that's the end of day 1. Okay, new angle unlocked. I am in the car and I'm waiting for a Mackey's, and that would honestly be the ultimate mortification if someone came and knocked on my window right now. So I'm going to make this brief because I think I have time. So I've just got back from my little crochet coffee date with my friends, and we accidentally, well, maybe not so accidentally, I didn't see the time going, but we were there for 3 hours. It was so nice just catching up and just having a chat with people, so it was really nice. So I made some, I feel really awkward. So I made a lot more granny squares. I got loads made. I don't know how many I had when I got there, but I also got a lot stitched together. So this is my front panel. And I decided to put just 1 heart on it at the front. I did accidentally at one point have the heart at the bottom and I had to undo it and put it back on, but I think it looks cute. I've got 3 squares left. So I think I need to, I thought I had enough. Clearly not. I did my maths wrong somewhere. I was going to do it cropped, but then I decided not to, but I didn't redo my maths, so I don't have enough. But yeah, the front panel's done. I'm feeling positive about it. I think I'm going to have enough yarn. I hope I'm going to have enough yarn. I'm going to stop filming now because I feel really awkward and I'm scared someone's going to come with my Mackeys to this window. So I'll catch you back when I'm at home. Okay, a lot has happened since I filmed that last clip. Let me break it down. So I was looking at my panel that I sewed together, which, reminder, looks like this. Let me see if I can. Okay, this this is what it looks like. Now I am going for a bit of a cropped look because I have a big chest. I don't know how else to say it. If I did it like a crop top, like someone else might, like a smaller chested person might, then the girls are gonna be out, okay? So I'm doing it like a regular schmegular person would and hoping that it's gonna be cropped on me because we've got the extra mileage that we've got to go. Okay, so I was looking at it and I was like, this isn't going to go across the girls, okay? So then I started to panic and I was like, well, maybe I've made the squares too small. Maybe I should take it all apart, add an extra round to all the squares. So I had a couple of squares left over that I added an extra round to, and they are just like one round bigger, and I was like, perfect, that's going to add like 3 inches to each panel and it'll wrap around. But then I was thinking, but then this one with the heart on is going to be like under my armpit, and that's not what I want, and I couldn't work out what to do. And then I looked back at the inspiration picture. When I found the inspiration picture, I looked at it and was like, oh, they've just done 9 granny squares sewn together like this, a granny square for the shoulder, and then the same on the back with the ribbing and everything. Easy. I can do that. And then that's why I said, oh, I only need 9, 10 of each colour. 9 for the front, 9 for the back, 2 for the shoulders. That's 20 squares. That's all I need. Easy. So then I looked back at my inspiration picture. Did I click the link to the pattern? No. Did I look at the picture on Pinterest with my eyeballs and go, I can do that? Yes. And so, looking at it again, so there is a granny square for the shoulders, but the back panel has an extra row on top, so that's actually 12 granny squares, so it's 4 down on the back, and there's also one that comes here on the side. So I'm glad I didn't take this apart. I'm glad I chose to try it on this first. Now I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough yarn. Who predicted it? Leave it in the comments. Did you predict I was going to run out of yarn? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to take the last row off of these squares that I did. I'm going to make the right number of squares, and then I'm going to sew it together, and I'm just going to hope and pray that if I steam it, because I haven't blocked each individual square, I got too impatient and wanting to sew it together. I'm hoping that when I steam it, it's going to stretch a little. The girls will fit. And we'll have a nice Valentine's vest top in time for Valentine's Day. That's the update. It's been a roller coaster, and I worked all this out while I was watching Traitors. I nearly gave up, but I'm not giving up because I have a vision and I think it's going to be cute, and I just want it to come to fruition. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to keep making granny squares and hope that I don't run out of yarn, and then we'll have a vest top. Bish bash bosh. Super easy. Okay, it's the next day. I've had a bit of space from the project and a bit of space from filming, and I realised that I've been all over the place, like all over the place with this video. So I thought I'd better sit down and tell you exactly what I'm doing. Now that I've actually worked out what I am doing, I thought I would sit down and just explain it to you. So this is the front panel. We are making a little cropped vest. On me, it's going to be cropped. If you're a member of the itty bitty titty committee, it might not be as cropped on you, but I have a bit more surface area to cover, let's just say. This is going to just cover the gals, and then I'm going to put a bit of ribbing on it, but I'll get to that in a second. So this is the front panel. I've gone with 4 white, 4 baby pink, and then 1 with a heart on. The back panel is going to be exactly the same, apart from it won't have the heart on. So it'll be like this, and then there'll be an extra row on the bottom. Don't be questioning how I'm sitting right now. This is how I'm showing you, okay? There'll be an extra row on the bottom. So this will be the back panel. So the front is 3 by 3 squares and the back is 3 by 4 squares. Then coming back to the front, I'm going to have pink squares on the shoulders, okay? And then on the sides, I'm going to have pink on the sides too. So this will still follow the pattern, the shoulders will still follow the pattern. However, because of that extra row on the back, I think when I sew it together, we are going to have pink touching pink on the back. But I'm not too precious about it. I figure I'll just walk around with my arms down and no one will even see it. Fine. That's the plan for the squares. I then have this darker pink, which is the colour that I used for the heart granny square, and this is what I'm going to use for the edging. So my plan is to get the granny squares put together, all of them made, sewn together, and then I'm going to try it on and then decide how big I want the ribbing to be, because again we have the surface area to be covering. I don't want to put ribbing on it that's too small and it not cover the gals, basically. I'm being honest with you, that's why, but I'll decide that when the squares are all sewn together. I'm then going to use the same colour around the neck just to avoid having like a really square neckline. I think this just doesn't suit me, it's not for me, so I think if I put the edging on it, it'll just round it off just a little bit, just to make it a bit more like finished and a bit more what I want, basically. And then I'm also going to use the same pink for doing around the shoulders, like around the armholes. I'm going to write everything down that I do to make this. I'm not going to sell it as a pattern, it won't be a pattern, it'll be more of like a step-by-step what I did, just in case you want to go ahead and make your own, and that'll be available on my Ko-fi, so I'll link that down below. On there I'll tell you how I did my solid granny squares, like round numbers and stitch count and stuff. I'll also have a link to the heart granny square. I don't want to copy her pattern, I don't want to reproduce her pattern, so I'll just put a link onto it on there. And also I did adapt it slightly, so I'll write on there how I adapted it to make it fit with my solid granny squares. And I'll also put on there like how I put it all together, how I did the edging, etc, etc. So that'll all be on my Ko-fi when I actually get this finished, so that you can make your own. If you do make your own, make sure that you tag me in your pictures on Instagram or in your videos on TikTok. I would love to see other people recreating something that I've just made up out of my brain, and I think that would be really cool. So yeah, all my links for all my socials are down below. Make sure you're following me and make sure you tag me in your recreations of this. Moving swiftly on, I did reach a little hiccup, but I'm over it. At the minute, as I don't know if I did say or not, at the minute I'm working on the plan of having 14 baby pink squares and 10 white squares. The reason I say at the minute is because I said I wanted pink on the shoulder and pink on the sides. However, I have enough to do one of those at the minute, and this is how much yarn I have left. I'm hoping I might be able to get 2 granny squares out of this. I do have a little bit left over extra. Oh my god, I've lost it. Oh, found it. I do have a little bit left over extra from when I made the granny squares bigger and then took a round off because I decided that was stupid. So I'm hoping that this is going to be enough to make another 2 granny squares. If it's not, I do have enough white to make more. I did actually run out of the white because I used the white, obviously I used the white for this square and then I used the white for slip stitching them all together, but I went into my stash, which again is in all kinds of boxes, because I knew I had another ball of this, and I found another ball, so I have plenty to make extra white ones. I think that's all I have to say. That's where I'm at, that's what the plan is. I hope it's a bit more clear now. I have 2 more pink granny squares to make, and I actually think I have 1 too many white ones. So I've got to stop making white ones, and I need to make 2 more pink ones, and then we can start putting it together, which is the fun bit, and I get to try it on. I'm so excited. Okay, it's quite late at night, so excuse how I look, but I just got all of it sewn together and I've put it on. This isn't how I'm going to style it. I've just got a crop top on just to like show you what it's like. Da, da, da. I obviously need to sew the ends in, but I'm thinking this is a bit big. This like gap here is a bit big, so I'm thinking I might do another granny square here, but I'm going to move the white one to here and then put a pink one here, just so that the colours that are like the same and touching are on the back instead of on the front. So the back. Da, da, da. I'm quite happy with it. I think it's turning out a lot better than I actually thought it would. So yeah, I'm going to do 2 pink granny squares for the sides, swap the white to here and put the pink ones here, and then I can get going on the edging. I was a bit worried that the neckline might be a bit tight, but actually it's perfect. Yeah, really happy with it. I'm going to go to bed now though because I'm really tired, so I'll do the rest of it tomorrow. Okay, so I've done the neckline and I was kind of hoping that it would have rounded it off a bit. I don't know if it's how I've done it, or maybe I needed to decrease a bit on these corners. I don't really know, but it's still a bit square. I'm going to leave it and hope that when I block it, it might round out a little bit. I don't know, but this is what we've got so far. I've also decided not to put an extra square on the sides because I was looking at other people who had done this and they had like, it was quite a big armhole, and the top that I want to wear it with, like the shirt that I'm going to layer it with, is It's got quite big sleeves, so I feel like this is probably about right. But it's turning out cute so far. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I've like, maybe I should have downsized my hook a bit. It just feels like I've got extra here. Like, can you see? Like, it looks like extra, and then it's still a bit square. I don't know, I'm going to leave it until I've blocked it and then I might revisit it. Okay, so I've got the ribbon done on the arms, and thanks to my friends Megan and Grace, I worked out a way to kind of round out the corners so that they're not as like bunched up. So if you remember, the corners on the like collary bit is like bunching because I didn't know how to stop that. But now that I know, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to redo this bit so that it all like matches, basically, so that it's like not as, this is really square and I want to round it as much as I can. So I'm going to take this bit off and redo this bit. Okay, it is the next day and I've made some really good progress. So this is where we are. It's so cute. Can you see? It's so cute. So I've done the bottom ribbing. I did this while I was watching the Traitors final. That was juicy. And so I have the back part to do and the neck to do, and then I need to sew in all the ends. But I thought I would just come and show you because I think I can get this finished today. Maybe not sewing the ends in, but I think I can get like the ribbing done on it. So let me put it on and show you. Obviously this isn't how I'm going to style it, but how stinking cute is this? And the way I've done it, I've left the bottom ribbing, let me put you down a bit so you can see. I've left the bottom ribbing open on the sides so that when I've got it done, if I decide I want it a bit more cinched, then I can cinch it a bit. This is it. It's so cute. So yes, I just need to do the ribbing here and the ribbing on the bottom of the back, and then it's done. It's finished. You ready? Here she is. Let me put you down a bit so you can see a bit better. Here she is. Here's the back. I am so in love with it. Look. It turned out exactly how I had it in my head as well, so I'm like really, really happy. And I think it looks so cute with this little oversized shirt with the collar sticking out. And I also got my nails done today in the same colours, so they match. Eee! I actually love it. Don't mind the moving boxes, but this is the vibe. Quick recap, if you want to know exactly how I did this, I have written the PDF. All of the information is on there, everything you could possibly want to know. If you have missed something, leave me a comment or message me on Instagram and I'll try and help you out. I ended up only running out of white, but then I had extra. So did I really run out if I still had it in my stash? Yes, I did. So I used just more than one ball of white, and that's because I used the white to sew my squares together. I had some of the pink left, probably enough to make maybe 2 more squares, and I had like half a ball of the dark pink left. I think the choice to leave the big armholes was the right thing because I want to wear it with this shirt and it obviously has quite wide arms. I want to pair it with my platform Converse, which I have, that I actually wore for my wedding. They're white, they're platforms, they're high tops, they're beautiful. And I have a little Doc Martin bag that's a little heart shape, which was my push present from my husband, which was very nice of him. But I don't know where either of those things are. But this is how I intend to wear it. And actually, yeah, I do intend to wear it. I actually really love it. The more I made it, the more I fell in love with it. I really, really do love it. I'm actually going to Newcastle on Saturday with my husband to see Rocky Horror Picture Show live at the theatre. And I think this is just going to be super cute for that. I haven't actually steamed it. And I think that's because I'm a bit worried that it's going to get too baggy. Like, it fits so nicely here that I don't want to steam it and it go baggy, but I feel like this bit here, if it could just be steamed a little bit, just to make these squares and these squares more similar. Do you see the difference there? I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I can tell. I think because these ones are being stretched a bit more than these ones are just looking a bit smaller, so I might steam these ones, but my steamer is in with all the wool, again in a box. I moved, did I mention? So when I hunt that out, I'll probably just steam this bit lightly, steam this bit. So yes, this has been, oh my god. So this has been me crocheting my first ever Valentine's wearable. I am so happy with it. It turned out exactly how I wanted. I'm really impressed with myself actually. I've never made a vest before and I'm just really impressed with myself. And that's okay to say. That's okay to say. I'm really impressed with myself and I can't wait to wear this on my date with my husband. So that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Ew, hated that. Hated that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Please give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok and subscribe here on YouTube. I am planning on making a lot more wearables this year. I really enjoyed this. I think I'm off to a good start for 2025. If you want to see what's coming for 2025, check out my 2025 goals video that I did. And if you do choose to make one of these, please tag me in your pictures and your videos on TikTok and Instagram. I really want to see people wear this. I want to see people wear this on their dates with their boyfriends and their husbands and their partners and their girlfriends and everyone. I just want to see everyone wearing this for Valentine's Day. That's me. That's everything. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.